let's flip a coin. Heads Carolina, tails California.
Hello, the sun's coming up in thing, and I think I got a shadow in my face. I better move this camera. Can I do it? Okay, I'm in Dabong, Togo, West Africa, a place where you're never gonna come because you're just too afraid. People go in sequence, and Africa is where you go to after you've gone to Europe, after you've gone to Thailand, after you've gone to Central America. And it doesn't mean it's more dangerous, it just means that it's not on your short list. I want to talk about being bored. I had a guy act like I'd be bored in Africa. I don't know how in the hell you'd be bored in Africa. Okay, what is boredom? Boredom is when everything is so routine that there's nothing new in your life. Boredom is, you know, the same girl every day, right? The boredom is getting up and going to your job every day. Boredom, most people on trips are trying to saturate themselves with 3 different things. Tourist attractions, sex, girls, strange men and women both do this. They try to have the biggest party, sexual encounter ever because they're outside. Once they get beyond 150 miles from home, they go crazy sexually. The third thing they do is so you have your chaos travel, okay? People go to India. I mean, I was sitting in Varanasi, India. It's a place, it's just like it's where the cows go out and tromp shed and sit. It's just full of mud on the ground. They burn bodies there on the Ganges. It's a horribly dirty place. And the guy sat there and said the most intelligent thing he ever said. He says, he was the manager of like the Lion Hotel or something. He said, I could never leave India. It's a question mark. And that is travel. Travel that's uncomfortable is a question mark. Travel that's easy is not a question mark. Now, looking at history, every country, my friend Mike says, oh, I want to go to Europe, they have a history. Oh, I wanted to slap him side the head. Every single country on the planet has a history. It's just that we relate to that history. But when you go to China, they got a longer history than, you know, it's almost like, you know, Marco Polo and all these things. Every country's got a history. There's nothing wrong with you being in love with German because we're 25% German country, America, and wanting to go to Germany to figure out what you're doing. And I'm going to go to Scotland sometimes to figure out about my name, Graham. But that doesn't mean it's interesting. If you're going to the restaurant every night, you can do that anywhere on the planet. That's not a good reason to travel unless you're going to go to a $500 a night restaurant. Exotic foods are cheap. If you really like food travel, go to Thailand. That's probably the best place for that. Germany's full of good sausage, right? It's what kind of food you like. The best Chinese food is in America. The best pizza is in America. But boredom. I'm going to tell you my trip yesterday from Cara to here. I went out to the road, took a motorcycle taxi. So you're on the back of a motorcycle taxi with all this background, knowing full well that it's heavy, and if a guy tipped over, you'd be rolled over and the car could run over you, right? I get out to the edge of the city, and I'm lucky. Like, there's a car waiting there to thing. So I walk up to the guy and say, combien? I want to know how much money the thing cost. And I'm like, they point me at this kid. Well, find out he's not the chauffeur. Finally, the chauffeur says, I'm the chauffeur. He says it's $3,900. Well, they'll put 10 people if they could in the front of in a car. So you basically, I said $6,000, $12. I go to Dapong, right? So I'm happy. I'm going to get a car all the way to Dapong, and I'm going to pay $6,000. I bought the front seat. I bought 2 seats. Not going to be crowded. And I'm in the, you know, it's more dangerous in the front seat, right? That's the first thing that hits. But I'm driving along, I'm taking some photos, taking a video of the place. The guy's not really good at judging his thing, and he didn't fill up the car before he left. And he's trying to pick up people along the long ways, and he doesn't win this lottery. He doesn't get the right number of people. So we get about 40 miles from Depong, and he gives up. I go, what do you mean? He wants to stick me in one of these vans with a pile of stuff on top of it as high as the van, right? So you got the van, then a pile of, you got a motorcycle up there, you got furniture up there. They're packing it, and they put 25 people inside his van. And here I did is I paid special so I'd have comfort, right? Now, how am I going to be bored in Africa? Every single minute is solving a problem. Now, I wasn't bored, I was frustrated. Why do you leave Africa? It's not because you're bored. You leave Africa because you want to be bored. Okay? You're just tired of solving problems. But I get to, I'm sitting there and I refuse to get it on. And so I just walk alongside the road, and everybody looks at me like I'm an idiot because I won't get in a car with 20 stinky people that are sweating and very dangerous because it's top heavy and it can move over. The tire blows, boom, this thing's going to flop. It's a very dangerous vehicle. I walk down the road knowing full well that there's always a solution. Hold out my arm, a Mercedes comes and picks me up. Some business guy's got like a real nice Mercedes, and they never use they never use air conditioning here, but gives me a ride all the way to Pong, brings me to the central thing. Raphael, a great guy. We had a nice little conversation in French. He's from Burkina Faso. He actually stayed in the car the night before, and so I lucked out. It's like thumbing a ride. I don't talk about this much because the idea of thumbing scares Americans, but Africans just are not violent and they don't steal. So it's really safe to thumb a ride here. And you know, some rich guy will pick you up just because he wants to talk to you. So it brings me all the way to Depong. I get to the hotel, and it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. So I did my thing. I rode before I come in the hotel, absolutely mint, skinny, a very beautiful 30-year-old girl reading a book, talking English to me. Went to University of Lomé. Her name's Maria. Has some skinny and some abnormally large breast on her, and she's beautiful. Face a little different, but I'm sort of like, she actually chases down the money for the thing because I somehow don't have enough change. I try to, you know, I didn't have change for the motorcycle, so she paid for the motorcycle guy. I get me a Yuki cocktail, sit down, and they take me to a room. The room is, it's cool enough. It's got a huge window on the side. They put this linoleum on there. This linoleum became a style here. Trying to figure out if I can better my thing, but I decide I'm going to do the one day here. I like the management staff here. I like Maria, kind of a big-breasted, skinny, intelligent, English-speaking, exotic girl that really has too many problems for what she's dealing with. I'm at a place called The Residence. Okay, so you're bored. How can I be bored? I'm not possibly bored. Well, find out there's no electricity in the room. So, all night long. Finally, they ran an electrical cord. There's no electricity in the room, but somehow they have electricity to run it. So, you're cognitive dissonance. There's a question. How do they have electricity if they have no electricity? So some reason, maybe they're stealing electricity and then ran the one wire, but the CEAT came here last night. I thought there was hope. I never got electricity all night. I have one wire electricity. Now, me, I'm a good Boy Scout, right? So I always have a solution to all problems. I have my extension cord I run, so I run the thing. I cook some coffee, make myself a cup of coffee, plug in my computer, watch a movie, connect to the internet. Which movie did I watch last night? Really good one. Some Harold Robbins movie about the Dream Maker or something. Really excellent. Watched it on thing. And I watched some Errol Flynn movie that I downloaded and hoped the electricity came back. Well, The only problem I had in the room, really, I had one light that's on a 3-meter, 4-meter long wire, and I can actually run it into the bathroom so I can take a shower this morning. The electricity never came, so I got a room with no electricity. Now, the first day in the hotel is always your toughest, because you don't know the city, you don't know it, so you kind of just sacrifice the one day, and then you go find the better hotel. But I'm right next to the market, so I'm in the center of the city, the main place in the city. So I probably stay here because I like Maria. I buy people in hotels. I don't buy hotels. I would rather live with a beautiful girl that's intelligent, speaks English, and reads books in Africa in a crappy hotel room than a 5-star hotel with a bunch of thieves, right? It's about the spirit, the core of the spirit, the love of the people in the hotel. If you don't like your hotel people, the hotel sucks. I don't care what you do. And if you don't like people well enough to know the difference between that, you're a hermit. Then you better go to China. Great place for you. Hermits, all these places were Arabic countries. Oh, great place for hermits. You can't talk with anybody. Okay, so how would I ever be bored? I'm constantly solving problems. But this is what my travel tips are trying to explain to you. One of the worst hotels I was ever in was a 4-star hotel in Dominican Republic. It was a casino hotel, and they had a coffee maker here with no plug. You're sitting there, the internet. I mean, everything was asshole backwards. You know, and I had to use all my tools. Run a light so I can read. No internet access because I had to do every single skill set I had just to circumvent all their bullshit. A lot of the 5-star hotels make you use the internet in the common area. I have high-speed internet here in West Africa that I can watch a movie with because I have a USB modem. Okay? So I'm going to upload a long video. But boredom. What is boredom? Boredom is being in a place where everything's routine. You get up in the morning, you drink your coffee, you go eat your breakfast, and then you go look at the tourists, you go on a tour, the tour guide speaks English. It's predictable, right? How would I ever be bored? Je ne sais pas parler français avec toutes les personnes, et la vie c'est compliqué ici. C'est nécessaire adaptation de tous les problèmes ici. Je nécessaire connais beaucoup de français pour vivre ici. I must learn French here. No way to be bored. Frustrated and angry, tired of solving problems? Yes, 100%. I get very tired of solving problems. But how do you do that? You go slower. Because after 3 days, I'll have all the problems solved, and maybe I'll upgrade to a different hotel if I need to. But I'm only staying here 8 days, and I'm in the middle of the city. And really, I have all my problems solved in the room. I can clean the room, I can fix the thing, and I can't replace Maria, okay? Because she is worth a lot. She talks English, she's nice, she will help me solve my problems. She instantly empathized with the fact that I didn't have 300 francs to pay the motorcycle taxi, and she found the money, got the thing solved, got a cold drink in my hand, made my life think. She empathizes. And this is what your hotel owner is supposed to do. He's supposed to just make your life safe. That's the one reason why people should come on tours with me, because I empathize. I'm a betazoid. I can feel what you feel and know your pain and can give you what you need that you cannot verbalize. I used to sell a lot of real estate because I was a betazoid. Betazoid is from what show? Star Trek Next Generation. It's Deanna. She could empathize with the person. Basically, you got to be an empath. An empath is a person that can feel what you feel. I feel your pain, but I also know that when people are going to the very predictable England, they want no pain. They want only things that they can relate to. You basically have to have something that is clear, defined, I'm going to London Bridge. It looks like this. I'm going to get on a red 2-decker bus. I'm going to go around the city. This is the tour my mother and father should get on. But some of you need the adrenaline. Some of you need to run at full speed. That's what I can give you, and I can make you feel safe. Okay, Andy Graham talking about being bored as a traveler. Not possible in Africa. Fucking angry as hell. You want them to say, do you engage your brain at all? See, the lower cultures, they don't think, it's a one-day renewable life. They don't think of tomorrow, so they don't plan for any solutions. Today starts over the same problem as yesterday, and maybe they'll work on it and they'll get around to it when they think about it. And they're just so good at accepting nothing, and they're so happy with nothing, that everything else is a bonus. Well, we're thinking, please, clean room, clean shower, hot water, internet. So what do I need every day to be happy? I need to watch 2 movies and have some books. So I have 3,000 books on my Kindle. I can watch or I download, 300 or 400 movies before I leave to go to a place. I can read and watch movies until I'm blue in the face. And anyway you go, being a man in West Africa is like some kind of heaven. Girls just follow you home. 58 years old and girls follow you home. That's pretty good thing for a 58-year-old man, to think that some girl really has some sort of imagination about me. And I'm, but I can. I'll tell you a funny story. I was in Iquitos, Peru. We just got off the Rio Napo. We went from Ecuador to Iquitos, Peru by land, and I'm with Tom, 6'4", blonde hair, blue-eyed, Canadian kid. We go into Iquitos, which is definitely a girl-friendly city. I'm sort of tired and bored, so I go back to the hotel. And Tom comes back and says, I got the girl, and you didn't. Damn, Tom, I'm 45 and you're 25. I hope the hell you get the girl. He was competing with me. I was laughing, but I'm a guy that gets what I want in life, and I'm good at adapting. And when some 24-year-old kid is competing with a 45-year-old guy, that was 10 years ago, it was kind of funny. I was like going, I hope the hell you got the girl. Life is challenging. We go to places that make us solve problems and get solutions, and most of you are just solving your basic human problems of going to work and having enough money. Some of you are intellectually way beyond that and need greater challenges, like trying to save the world and things like that. Not save the world, but need to have problems that really need your brainwave bandwidth going on it. I need that bandwidth. I'm not going to save the world. I'm going to see the world. I need a constant something to be curious about. I'm going to show you today. I'm going to go take you there's just cognitive dissonance, question marks, every minute of every day here for me. And Africans are poor because they're so rich. They don't need to work. They're just rich. They have so much food and it's so easy. They don't strive. And one of you guys is sitting in America thinking that's just too easy. I was selling, two pieces of real estate a week, and I was bored out of my brain. I was selling 88 to 100 houses a year, and I was bored out of my brain. How? I didn't have enough challenges in life. But now I've slowed it down, and I look for entertainment as opposed to chaos. I'm not addicted to chaos. I'm addicted to the challenge of just coming up with solutions and knowing how to back off and to go into my room and hide and have my controlled world, and then I go out into the uncontrolled world. Okay, Andy Graham, having fun. If you guys want a private tour for 2 people to 4 people, I get private tours. You pay me $500 a day plus my airfare, and I'll take you anywhere on the planet, and I'll empathize with you. And it's not about me, it's about you. So I'll just make a long list of checklist of things that we got to solve, and we'll see what you really want to do in life. But that's for the person that really needs to be overwhelmed. Overwhelmed with the world.
Tonight, let's flip a coin.